So I've done a bit of repairs on it. Not all done the epoxy yet. Don't think I'll be done that today, but I'm going to try. So I went over this. Got to go over it again. Got to clean it again before I go over it. But smooth that out. Have to go over that once more. This is what I went over last time. There was actually a puncture wound here before, and my grandfather fixed it. That's also the guy that built the boat. There's some rot here. That piece will be getting changed after. This one will just be getting epoxied over. That is open for epoxy. This bit here open for epoxy. That one will go epoxy. Now this bit here, wasn't counting on it, but it is a bit rotten, so I'll have to epoxy that. A little bit of rot up there in the front. I'll have to epoxy that. This side is almost all complete on the nose. I'll just do one more layer to smooth it out. But this has all been cut. I'll show it. This has all been grinded right out. And then all the rot. See, it's not straight yet. So this was used foam to fill in to get the mold, and then we shaped the foam, and then we fiberglass matted over it and epoxied. So, and then this bit here will be getting some fiberglass mat. I'll have to shape this whole section in tonight before I go, and this. So I guess I could mat this whole area of the boat just to strengthen it up. When you push on this bit here, you can see it flex, and that's probably why it has those cracks, is the epoxy flexing and cracking. I put some here, some mat. That's just a leftover mat that's at the bottom of the epoxy tray when I'm done the nose, and I've been smearing it on. Seems to be doing alright for leftover. At least it's not going to waste. This is pretty bad. I gotta clean this bit. You can see the rot. At least the holes are still good, so I'm just going to epoxy this, and then that should last at least a year or two. The other side is the worst one, but and then I'll show you guys where this boat will go in the water after. So I got some work to do in this bit. Not much. I'm thinking just straight epoxy over that. Maybe a little bit of mat, leftover mat. Sorry, maybe with the leftover mat in that area. Strip some of it. It'll be getting painted again later. I'm not sure what I want to do with the anchor plugs for now, but let's skip that area for now. Figure that out for next week. I went over this once already with epoxy, but I got to go over it again and do a better job. It was about to rain, so I just rushed this to throw it back on the boat before it rained. While I'm here, I can show you the inside. So it's no thrills. It's just made for enjoying the water. I'll show you guys inside the cabin too. But that's the water that she usually sits in, and that goes out onto Lake Winnipeg. As you can see, that's kind of how rough it looks before it gets painted. This will all have to be gone over. That too. We have a bracket in the back instead of the original. I'll show you that before I go. The original flexes a lot and cracked and had a lot of rot in it, and it took a lot of time to fix it, and well, I didn't even finish fixing it before we're going to change it. So So I'm going to do new rudders during the winter, and they'll have a line to help prevent the flexing, because the rudder actually flexes the most out of anything, even more than the support beam. But this will have to be sanded down and re-epoxied before winter and then repainted. But here you go, here's the inside hull. It's no thrills. You can sleep in there if you want, but we usually just take it out for the day. Got the CB. The other side pretty much looks the same. We don't really sit inside unless, you know, you're not feeling well or something, or it starts to rain or pour or whatever. But this will be where she usually is docked. You can't see it, but back there is a dock. And then this leads out onto Lake Winnipeg, and that's where she usually sails. And if I can, I'll take some pictures of when she was in the water before there. But so that's the original sport beam for the back, and it's going to be getting replaced with this piece of aluminum. And there'll be one on the main back and one on the main front, and then we'll stick with the original style right here. On there you can see where it rotted and where we replaced. But my grandfather figures the aluminum beam will be stronger and will last than this one if we just brace it right. So we'll try that out. And if not, I guess we'll be building new beams, which is fine. Or we can reuse these ones. But you can see there is some rotten spots, some flex marks here in this area. Got them up over here in this area. You got your rotten spot here, that's through. But I replaced that part there already. And then, yeah, this refixing this beam has quite a bit of time into it. And all that is replacement. All the way right up to the end. That one top piece, the outside piece is still the original, but the interior one is new. That would have had to been rebraced over. And this is partly where your seating is by the mast. But yeah, it'll be getting replaced with this beam. Spoke weld didn't fix there. A thinner beam, but you can see there's a thicker, the main one is thicker. And hopefully it works. So I've been scraping, I noticed a little crack there, it's kind of sticking out, and I'm gonna have to redo this bit. But I noticed a little crack, so see the rot, especially in that area, just from one little crack, kind of like that. So any little crack on these boats that are wood with epoxy have to be fixed right away, or apparently what happens is, this is the first epoxy boat my grandfather's built. I think he's built 5, started with a canoe, but he said this is the first time he's ever experienced so much rot, and it's the epoxy keeping the moisture into the wood, so you can't have any stress cracks, anything. And then like this on the top, I'm guessing this will have to be re-epoxied in this area where it's right down to the fiberglass, and then painted over. And you need to paint it to protect your epoxy from the sun, because the sun is the killer of almost all things other than plants. But I'll keep going at that. Alright, thanks. this rut is going way deeper than I thought it would. So all you seen was a little crack in the epoxy in this area, and it kind of bubbled out a bit and pushed it out. But then you can see like a hairline all the way along here, and then this area didn't even look very bad because it was sealed behind the epoxy. But this area is way worse than I thought. Like, that's almost my pinky within. I'm still not done digging it out. Oh well. Just fix this little area tonight along with the other stuff and be pretty far forward.